Hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by to Scrap and Craft with Terry. Today we're going to do our collaboration video for Terry's Crafty Christmas 25, and I want to show you the papers that I'm going to use. I have just a little tiny bit of reading to do here for you, and then we can go ahead and get started. This says, welcome to the second annual Terry's Crafty Christmas 25. There's 40 plus collaborators, 55 plus YouTube videos, YouTube giveaway with 3 prizes, Facebook giveaway with 25 plus prizes. There's weekly freebies and weekly challenges. And all of the links are accessed at Linktree / Terry's Crafty Christmas 25, and I'll hold this up just a little so you can see if you want to write the link down. Now this is also going to be in my description box below, and if you click on that link it'll take you to everything that you need to know. So this is hosted by Sweet Pea Papers, and it's from December 21st to December 31st. And we already said what this is, so the collaborators and the prizes, 2 giveaways, 25 plus prizes. There's going to be a December 31st giveaway. There'll be 2 single signature journals, 1 folio, 3 junk journal ebooks, 1 gift certificate, and 25 plus junk journal kits. It says physical prizes to U.S. resident or U.S. winners only. So how to enter? Terry has her 3 Facebook groups. The first giveaway is on her 3 first Facebook groups. It's Sweet Pea Papers, Junk Journals, Junk Journal Tutorials, and more, Junk Journal Tutorial, and Paper Craft. Post your, now like you watch the videos, and if you make something like what the person made that day or whatever, then you can go on all 3 of her Facebook groups and you can post a picture of what you made, and just one post per day per group, and that's from the beginning of December to the 31st, and then she's going to do a drawing. So you'll post your Christmas project using any Christmas papers, and you use the hashtag Terry's Crafty Christmas 25 in your post. Well, let me see, I said that wrong. It's from December 1st to the 30th at 3 p.m. Then she cuts it off so she can do her drawing on the 31st. And then for the giveaway 2, it's a YouTube giveaway. That drawing is also on December 31st. To enter, comment on any of the Sweet Pea Papers at Terry Crafty's Christmas 25 videos from December 1st to the 30th at 3 p.m. Pacific time. Make sure you use her hashtag. It's you get 1 entry per post, 1 post per video. Okay, so the videos are created by collaborators, prize donors, and designers are not included. Oh, wait, it says videos created by collaborators, prize donors, and designers are not included in this. So it's just all you folks that are watching our videos. So, and then there again is the link tree. And the challenges, she does a weekly challenge. The first one was on December 1st, the only Monday, and then the December 7th, 14th, and 21st to the 3rd. It's like challenge 2 is like from that week, but I think she shows these on Sunday. And then you can enter into them drawings. I'm not real good at reading, to people. Makes me nervous. So we have our calendar that we're following. It has everybody listed on it that is doing videos, and I'm on the 28th, and I'm on the 28th with the old paper lady. Now I'm starting this first part of my video a couple days in advance so I can get everything ready. So I hope everyone tunes in to see it. So I'm going to show you what the kit that I'm making. I'm using the Wraithwood Christmas kit, and that was donated by Ink and Page, and you can find that at their Etsy, in their Etsy store. And that that on the link tree, it'll give you the name of everybody that donated kits, so you can go on and buy whatever you might be interested in. So I already have the papers that I'm going to use cut to size. I thought about doing a journal where it would just be the papers, but I couldn't get any of my background papers to line up with the front. I was having a lot of white spots on the back and that, so I'm going to use black cardstock, and that's how I'm going to do my video. So it'll be the, you know, the two sides of the cardstock with the papers. Hopefully I'm making all kinds of sense. So, and this is a very pretty kit. Love it. So this is one of them. And then, you know, this one is really an elegant kit. Could you imagine having a dining room like that? And then this one. Now there's a lot more papers than what I cut out to use. There's a lot to this this kit. And then this stairway, my daughter flipped over this stairway. She just wishes she had one like it. And then this, really, really pretty. And then this, I couldn't even imagine living in a house that looked like this. Really pretty. And then this one. And this one. And this one. So them are the background papers that I'm going to use. And then I have this is some of the stuff that I cut out. I'm going to have this pocket and this pocket, and this one folds over. And I'm going to make a flip pocket out of this one. So we have that. Then we have these little cards. They have real pretty verses on them. We have 6 or 8 of these, I can't remember. And you can use them as journal cards. So these ones all have the little verses. And then we have these that the front of them are plain, so you can write on the front of these also. And then you can write on the back. So we have them. Then we have these. Now, I'm not sure if these were called the ATC cards, but I just call them a journal card. They're pretty. A lot of pretty designs on them. So, a lot of extra stuff to journal on. Then we have this tag. And we have this tag. Then we have these 3 little tags. These are cut into tag shapes. So you can journal on the back of them. Let me see, there's 4. I guess I said 3. Then we have these journal cards. Really pretty. You can write on the front and back both. Then we have these ladies. And these can be used as a journal card. You can write on the back. Very, very pretty, very elegant. Then we have the guys. Okay, and then we have small just words to use. They were small, so I cut them out and glued them onto a background piece. So we have them to use. So that is the part of the kit that I'm going to use for my my video. And then we'll go ahead and get started on the other part. And I hope everyone enjoys it. Okay, so I got my papers all cut out. I went ahead and cut my black cardstock to size, and I put the pages together. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages, so, or 5 pieces of the cardstock. So altogether it gives me 20 pages. In the spine part, I used my small paper punch and just punched a little notch so the cording could go up into that. And the cording that I used is not stretch cording. I thought I had some. I have this Bright Jewels metallic cord. There's no, sorry, I guess I gotta get on camera. There's no stretch to it. But for right now, that's what I'm going to use. If I can find the stretch cord, then I'll probably change this out. But for right now, that's what we're going to do. Because I like the way they make them where you can slide the papers in and out. And I didn't really want to do the pamphlet stitch. So this is what we're going to go with on this one. So before I start with putting my background paper on, I have this black lace. Now, I was hoping that I had narrower lace, and I guess I don't. I don't think I was real prepared, maybe. But this is what I'm going to use for my closure. It was one of them pieces that was like this, and I cut it in half. So I'm going to put part on the front and part on the back. I have it marked here where my center is. So I tried to prepare in advance because, you know, I don't want the video to be extremely long. I better put this underneath so I don't get glue on my other page. So I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. Don't mind me if I periodically go off because I have a cough. And I'd prefer, you know, not to cough on camera, but if it creeps up on me, that's what we'll hear. All right, so we'll do that one. Then I'm going to go to the back. I'm going to lay this onto that so I don't get it on my table. And I'll just put another piece of this one under here so I can just line these up together. I can see through that all right. So I want to line these up together. Let me see. I don't know, about the same length. There we go. Okay. Make sure I don't have any glue there. Then I can turn this back over. I'm going to leave this lay on, this is just wax paper. I'm going to leave it lay on the wax paper so I don't get it on my table. And now I can start gluing on my pages. So I have everything that I'm going to put per page together, so I can do them as I go. So I have all my little notes to tell me everything. This is going to be my front cover, and I only inked where I thought I needed to ink, just to kind of cover up any white on the pages. So if I periodically need to ink a little tiny bit, I will. Now I left about, I think it was like 1/4 of an inch all the way around on this. Now let me see, what am I doing on this one? I have these. It says Yuletide Cheer, Cozy Firesides, and Joyful Hearts. I have them on a brad, and I want this one to go in the upper left-hand corner. So I'm going to make my little hole here. Let me get my punch back out. I moved it aside when I was cleaning off my desk. So I think right about in here, I'm just going to make the little hole. And I thought, you know, we could have them on this page just to make it a little fancy. Some of the pages, I love the backgrounds and I didn't want to cover them up. So I thought I would do this on some of the pages. So we'll just add this on here. And then when it's on, we can just flip them around and we can read them. Pretty cute, huh? I think so. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue my background on. Let me put a little paper clip on these to hold them while I'm trying to do this. I can take it off when I get ready to put it down. And I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac on my matte papers. Because it won't warp my paper. So I'll try to get this about as even as I can. Lift this up. With everything being dark, it's kind of hard to see. I might have to put white paper between these layers so I can see what I'm doing, because it's kind of hard to see. And I would really like these to be as even as possible. I just think these papers are gorgeous. I love it. put that up there. Okay, so that's my first page. And we have that glued in. Okay, now let me put this on here. Now on my second page, I'm going to do one of these, and this background here will be great for journaling on. And I cut an extra, this was one of the background pieces, or you know, one of these pages like this, and this was the design, so I cut some pockets out of it because I thought it was really pretty. So we're going to periodically have pockets throughout of the different paper too. And then after we get all done, we can go back through. Now I have some tags that's made especially for certain pages. And I'm not sure if I will put them in as I'm doing them or if I'll go back and put them in. But some of the other tags for the pockets we're going to put in after we're done. Then it won't be bulky while I'm trying to put my background papers on. Okay, and I think this is really pretty paper. I'm going to use my art glitter glue to glue this down though. And I'll just leave a little tiny border. Okay. Now on this page, we're going to have this window. Isn't it pretty? And then, because some of the pages that I said I tried to do the backgrounds on didn't print exactly the way they should have, so I'm using some of these on my pages, and this is going to be a pocket right here. How cool is that? When you take it out, you have your whole picture. Okay, let me lift this so I can see. I didn't get my white paper out. I think that looks pretty good. So we'll just run with that. And I just thought that all of these pages went really good on the black background. And I'm going to use my glitter glue to glue this down. I tried to put as many pockets as I could in. I'm going to have flips, and the really fancy pages I just tried not to cover up too much because they're too pretty to cover up. And I don't want to ink around them because that would take away the illusion. So see, it just looks like it's part of that. And then we can have a tag. Very pretty. Love it, love it, love it. All right, now on this page, we're going to have packages. They look like little ice blocks, but they're packages. And I'm going to do the same thing on this page, because this was also printed with a background. So I'm just going to use this as a pocket and just line that up. It's very windy outside, so if you hear anything, it's the wind blowing. Let me see, make sure I don't have it by my fold. Okay, now we'll glue this down. So this has been a fun project, trying to figure out how and where I wanted everything. There we go. And now we have a pocket here. Okay. I don't think right at the moment I need this under there now. I think these are both good and dry. Yes, they are. Fabri-Tac generally dries pretty good. Oh yeah, I don't have to worry about that one. All right, now on this one, I just added a little word sparkling lights to her because I didn't want to do anything to this page because it's just so pretty. And again, the colors just blend well with the background. Okay, let me lift this up. And that's still good. So has everyone been watching all of the different videos for the collaboration? There's so many pretty videos and stuff going on. All right, now we're on page 8. Now this one's going to have a flip. Let me move this one out of the way, and let me move this over here so I don't lose it. All right, This is going to have a belly band on it. This is the other paper that I used for pockets and belly bands. So I'm going to go ahead and glue the belly band down. And I'll show you the background page in just a minute. This is one of them pages that I really didn't want to cover up, but I wanted something to go on it. This paper here is paper that you've seen me use many times in my videos for like background papers for journaling on and stuff like that. So we have a belly band. We have a flip. Then we have this page here. This can be journaled on. This is going to be my hinge. And this is the background page. Isn't it just so pretty? Love it. I have a fireplace and I love it. I could never imagine my fireplace looking like this. On the back of this, I'm going to use the green and make a pocket. So we'll have a tag or something in here, then we can still journal. I'm only going to glue the two sides. And leave a little border. Okay. Now, before I glue this down, I'm going to add my flip. Let me just make sure I even it up to where I want it. Something like that. And we'll turn it over and glue it down. This is not going to matter because this background is going to be glued down, so I don't have to trim these corners. They'll be just fine. I have glue on my fingers. Slide that all the way on. And it'll glue down like this. Then we can flip this out. And let me see, is this going to be a flip or is this going to be a pocket? I can't remember. I think we'll just leave it as a flip because you can journal on this side and journal on this side. So we're just going to leave this as a flip. So it can flip out and you can see your background paper. I didn't put in my notes as to whether or not it was a flip or a pocket. Make sure I'm not by my spine, and that is not straight. Just have to bring it down a little bit so I can see. I think that's straight. Isn't that pretty? So then we'll have a tag in here, and it'll flip over. Okay. Now we're on number 9. Now this one, I just glued Frosty Mornings on here. I just want this as a journal page because it's pretty. I like the color of the background. This is number 7. Did I get them out of order? Maybe I changed them. Oh, you know what? I'm on the wrong page. I skipped a couple. And let me go put this back on number 7. Let me see, what's this one? Number 8. And number 9. Let me see what's 9. I can put this one on number 9. And we'll just go over here and put this on number 6. That's all we have to do, because it's nothing special. There was no special flips or anything, so we'll just do that. So on this one, I have another set of the little phrases. We have Sparkling Lights, Mistletoe Magic, and Winter Wonder. And I'm going to put that one also on the top left corner. So we'll just be able to fold these up this way and read them. So let me go ahead and make my little hole. I'll do it right about in here. So see, even when mistakes happen, and I'm known for mistakes, even when mistakes happen, we can fix it one way or the other. Okay, and I think this is such a pretty scene. So this is the dining room. And then these just flip up. Cool, huh? Yeah, it just adds something to the page. All right, lay that off a minute. Turn this sideways. I used the smallest brads that I have, and they're really small, because the other ones, even though they're small, they were kind of big. Okay, I think that looks good. So we'll just flatten this down. What do you think so far? Very pretty kit. Okay, now we can go ahead and put this in number 7. Let me take that out of there so I don't get glue on it. I think that one looks okay. All right, and then we have this page. Now we're up to number 9. So we'll do number 9. Now this page here is just going to be a journal page. But this is another one of them that didn't print right with the back. So I cut the candles out. And we're going to make another fancy pocket. I like how it works out. It wasn't completely a lost cause anyway. And then the page that is left over that I cut off of, I can just use for something else. So we'll straighten this one up. Now my daughter, she's a candle girl, so she would have this sitting on her table or a little side table. Okay, I cut a border around so the border kind of blended in with the background. And I'm only going to glue these 2 short sides plus the bottom. So then we have this pocket. How cute is that? I love it. Get all of my stuff on the side here moved around. Okay. Now, in the center, I can't remember at the beginning if I said these 2 here, I had to cut a couple extra. So I cut out I don't think I showed these when I showed the other papers. I had to cut out a couple more, for a couple more pages. So I cut out the ornaments. And then I'm going to use this as pockets on each side. So that's what we're going to do in the center. So I'll set that there. And we'll do this one first. Make sure I'm still on camera. I just think I love these colors. They all go really good together. So pages 11 and 12, so I'm on the right pages. Let me see. This one's 10. We're not on 11 and 12. We're on 10 and 11. So let me put what goes where. So the pockets go on the outside, not the inside. I can say the black background has been a big challenge for me. Okay, we'll lift this up a little. But I don't think I could have done a better background. Yeah, that's good. Love doing a journal where you have the kit and you have all of the different pieces that you can put together. And they all go together so well. So we'll have that there. And we'll have a little pocket. And you can journal in here. Can journal little tiny notes up in there even if you wanted to. And let's do this one here. I think that's lined up pretty good. Let me see this side or the bottom. Make sure I don't glue the wrong sides. And this side. Okay, so now we have a pocket here and a pocket here. Cool. Love it, love it, love it. All right, now this is page 12, so I have to make sure I'm doing the right pages now. Page 12. Now this one, this is a journal card that I've already put together. It needs paper put on the back of it. And I haven't put the paper on it yet, but I will go back and put the paper on these. It's going to have this kind of paper on it, so it can be journaled on. And this is going to go under here. So it's going to be like a hidden pocket. I already put my thumb notch in here because I didn't want to cover this page up. And then we can just slide our little journal card with our pocket out from under it, and we'll have a tag in here. No, 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 Terry, no, no, no. I'm only gluing 3 sides of this down. Now let me just wipe all of this off. And let me just let this dry for a second. Okay, so I used my glue eraser and took all of that off. Now, it's a good thing I seen that notch, or I would have had it completely glued down. That wouldn't have been a good thing. So, let's glue our 3 sides. And I'll tell you, it wouldn't be the first time that I glued a pocket completely down. Okay. Now let's see if we can get this lined up here. Let me pull it back this way just a little tiny bit. Gotta quit moving it around, or the card or my Journal card is still not going to go in there. Okay. There we go. So this page here, you could still make little notes if you wanted to. Let's see if this slides in here. Oh, yes it does. So there we go. And that tells us that there's something in there. Okay. Now let me see. I'm going to put my note back with this. And we'll put that in after we get our other pages done. Now this is page 13. Make sure we have the right one. Yes. And this one says Festive Beauty. So yes, somewhere along the way I changed these because I had that at number 12. So we're just going to glue this one down. Now let's pull this up. Pull this back a little bit. That's why I like my Faber-Tac, because if I'm really fast, I can move it around some. I can run it back just a little tiny bit if I can. If I can't, we'll leave it set. There, that's just barely. So I think we'll go with that. Okay. Now we're on page 14. Page 14. And we have Yuletide Cheer. And I think this is a really pretty page too. And that's just going to be blank. And I think that looks good. Love these papers. I can't quit saying I love these papers. All right, now we're on page 15, and we have another flip. So, well, we have a flip and a hinged pocket. So let's do our hinged pocket first. Now, this is one of the pockets that was in the kit. So, I'm just going to fold this under here, fold this up here, and glue these together. And that makes that little roomy pocket. But I want to be able to see the front and back both because it's pretty. So I'm going to glue there. And glue here. Okay, get in there. So isn't that pretty? It's So we're going to have this as the front, and then when we flip it, then we'll get our paper out of the back. Go ahead and do our belly band. I'll put my hinge on that in just a second, because I have to make sure I do it right. Let me see. I think it goes this way. Let me see what this says. I don't have that this is a pocket either. But we're going to have, this is our background. So this is the fabulous stairway. My daughter absolutely loves this. This does not go with this page. So I'm going to have, this is going to be like this. And then this pocket is going to be, I'm going to have my hinge on this side, and I'm going to hinge it underneath this side, I think. Is that what I'm doing? I don't think so. No, I think this goes on here. So this is going to go on here. Okay, let me go ahead and glue my hinge on. And then I have the green paper for here. So I started this video so I could show you all the papers. And then I had to cut everything out. And get everything ready. So it's been a couple days. So we're just gonna go with it. Okay, so I'm going to have this hinged here. So when we open this up, open this up, we're going to have this pocket right here, and it'll be like this, because I didn't want it on this side. So that's what we're doing. We're putting it right there. And on this hinge, I trimmed my corners at an angle so they wouldn't really show. So I think we'll just put it right about here. And then this will flip up and we'll have our pocket for our little card or something to go in, a tag. So now we can go ahead and glue this to this. When I decided to do this, I think I took on a grand adventure, but it's fun. Let me make sure I have this the right way now. That I'm going into the right fold because I had to keep refolding it. So I think so. Now we'll just put that there. hold this over, make sure I have it right where I want it. Yes, I do. Let me fold that all the way into my background. And there we go. So we're going to glue this down, and this will flip up. And then you have all of this to journal on also. You'll have all of this to journal on. So I'm just going to leave this as a flip because I'm not real sure if it was supposed to be a pocket. Okay, so let's glue this baby down. Hopefully I'm not going off the camera, but I'm just putting glue on. And I think that all looks good. So we'll flip this out. Now I could have put a piece of Velcro on here to hold that, but I think it'll be okay. I don't know if I want the extra bulk of the Velcro. But you could always do that. You could always just put a little piece of Velcro on it. Okay, so there's that page. Now we're on page 16, which is this page, and we're going to have a pocket down here. And I think this is pretty. And the flowers are hanging down, so it's going the right way. That's the way it printed anyway. So, but it's pretty. So there's room for journaling. Oopsie, oopsie. Let me see, I think that looks good. We're starting to get a little bulk, but not too much. Make sure my paper right there glues down good. Now we'll put our pocket on here. And this color and the background go really good together. So then we'll have a pocket there. And number 17. We're going to have another one of the journal cards. And see, I went ahead and put the paper on the back of this one. So I just have to put the paper on the other one. And on here, we're going to put one of the pockets that was part of the ephemera. So I just used a piece of the paper that didn't print right. So we're going to glue that down. And then we'll have this pocket. So now on this one, I'm only going to glue 3 sides. So we have this elegant lady walking down the stairs. Let me wipe my tip off. This is actually going to be a pretty long video. So if you have to watch it in segments, go ahead. But I just hope everyone stays tuned to the end to see how it turns out. Sometimes when I'm busy and I really want to see the whole video, I have to do it in parts. Because, you know, you don't always have time to sit till the very end. So it's good to be able to watch it along in parts anyway. All right. So there's that one. And then we have this tag. And that shows us that something's there. Love it, love it. So I'm not putting tabs on these. And I'll put my note on here so I know where it goes. Make sure everything is stuck down good. All right, so we're up to page 18. We're almost finished, and we have this page is going to make a good journal page because of the background. And this has candles, so this was from another one that printed wrong. So I'm just going to glue this on here. We'll have a pretty pocket. I think that looks pretty even. Have to make for sure that this edge glues down. Because we're getting some bulk there now. This is also a very pretty page. Okay. Now, what do I have here? I have glue. There. Fabri-Tac just pretty much, you can move it right off. So I'm going to glue across here and up this side. Let's get it over here where you belong, Terry. So I'm going to match these up as good as I can. There we go. And that's our pretty pocket. I love this. It's turning out so pretty, I think. Now on this page, we're just going to have a journal page with a pocket. And we're almost to the last page because this is number 19. Very pretty, very pretty. And I'm just going to glue these two sides, well, the side and the bottom. And there's our little pocket. Now we're to the back page. We got some bulk going on there. Not too bad, but some bulk. And this is our back page. So this is part of the living room. Now I have this last set of Festive Beauty, Candlelit Nights, and Warm Hearts, and I'm going to put it right here in the center of the wall. And then we can just lift and lift and lift. And I think that'll be pretty. As long as I can get my... I may have to just make a hole. Hang on a second. Okay, so I just made a little hole. There we go. And then it just lifts. And then you can lift it up to see everything except for that little thing that's up there that it's under. But I think that's just fine. Let me wipe off my tip. Okay, I got my lights flashing. Hopefully my power doesn't go off. Okay. I should come down this way just a little bit. That's better. To make for sure that this edge stays adhered. Okay, so shortly we'll come back and do a flip through. Okay, so I got everything done. I went through, put all my tags in, and I'll show you my tags as I went, and I put the backing paper on the one big tag. So we have our front with our our little words. And then we open it up. And in here, I put the bigger tag and the smaller one. I didn't back any of these. They can be backed, but this is it's kind of bulky. In this pocket here, I just put a couple of these little journal cards. And I just love the way this turned out. Then we'll go over to this one. And this one again, I really like that. So I put these journal tags in. The backs of these are all blank. And I put this one in. This one I think goes sideways. So you could put it in like this or the other way, either one, however you want to put it in there. Then her and her sparkling lights. And our dining room with our little words. Then we have this just as a journal page. Can put a lot of journaling on there. Then we have our flip out, our first flip out. And I put these two journal cards in. So like I say, you can back them. I would only use like a lightweight cardstock, because we don't want to make this too much bulkier. And then we would just open that up in journal and flip it out and see our beautiful fireplace and wreath. Then we have these journal cards. Just so very pretty. And then this just flips shut again. And you just have to make sure you don't push them over the center thing. Then we have this page as a journal page with our pretty candles, and I put these two in. Then we're at our center. So we have our ornament pages, and I put these in. And this is really pretty. And then a little tag. Then over here we have the Christmas tree. And another little tag and another little journaling card. So just put them like that. Oh, and we have, well, we'll fold it over this way. We have a pocket, side pocket with our journal card. And I have these and this and another little tiny tag, but you can still write quite a bit on that little tiny tag. And then we turn it over and we can journal on the back of it. And slip that back in there. Then we have Festive Beauty. I think that's so pretty. And then we have another pretty page, Yuletide Cheer. Then over here we have another fold out, and I have these two behind this belly band. And you can actually have them separated like that if you want them. Then we would fold it out to see our fabulous, or our majestic stairway. I would call it majestic. Then we have our little flip over pocket, and I put these in it. And there's still room for maybe like a couple more in there. Leave that one up a little. I didn't want to fold this down. I like it up like this. I mean, you can fold this if you want it, but I wanted it left like that because I think that's pretty. And then you would have this to journal on. And then we'd flip that back when you have all of this to journal on. And then we flip that back. I just have to make sure I don't skip pages. Then we have this page, and it's pretty. There's enough space on here. You can journal some. And we have, I think it goes this way. We have this pretty tag or journal card. We have her. She's pretty. And then we have this little journal card. Then over here, we have this page with another side pocket. And on the back, we have journaling. Then in our pocket, we have this pretty lady. And we have this little journal card. So there's a lot of journaling space in here. And we still have our pretty pages that we can just look at. Make sure I'm not missing anything. And over here we have a page with our pretty candles on and a lot of journaling space. And we have this window tag. So we'll just slide that in there. And another fireplace with the wreath. So pretty. Slide that down in there, and another little tag. Just slide that off to the side. Then over here we have a journal page. We have this handsome guy and a couple more little journal tags. And we're to the back of our journal. And then we have our little fold-outs here with our little festive words on. So that is my my video for Terry's Crafty Christmas Volume 2. So let me know down in the comments what you think, and I hope everyone has been checking out everyone's videos and commenting on them, liking and subscribing to everyone's channels, and just let me know what you think. I know this is a lengthy video, but I hope everyone likes it. So until next time, everyone, and let me just trim this off a little just to even it up. We'll do this, and we'll do this. So let me know, and give me a thumbs up. Check out my other videos, and until then, everyone, have a wonderful day and happy crafting. If I'm not back before New Year's, have a wonderful New Year's. Thanks, everybody. Bye for now.